Hello everyone, today is Monday, January 5th, 2026, Eastern Time. Welcome to Panda Finance. Let's take a look at the top 10 global corporate news stories from the past week. Here are the details. Global chip industry records its biggest sales year ever. Driven by the explosive growth of artificial intelligence, the world's largest semiconductor companies posted combined sales of more than $400 billion in 2025. Marking the most lucrative year in the history of the chip industry. Revenues are expected to climb even higher in 2026. Yet the breakneck pace of expansion is creating new strains. Executives and analysts point to what they describe as an insatiable demand for computing power, which has triggered shortages of critical components and raised questions about how, and when, artificial intelligence companies can generate sufficiently durable profits to sustain their massive chip purchases. Taiwan Semiconductor wins approval to ship equipment to its Nanjing plant. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company said it has received an annual license from the United States government allowing it to ship chip-making equipment to its Nanjing facility in mainland China in 2026. In a statement released on January 1, the company said the approval would ensure uninterrupted wafer operations and product deliveries. The Nanjing plant primarily manufactures 16nm and other mature process chips. Taiwan Semiconductor also operates a fabrication facility in Shanghai. According to its 2024 annual report, the Nanjing operation accounted for about 2.4% of total company revenue. Nadella overhauls Microsoft's top leadership team to accelerate artificial intelligence push. Following a reset of its relationship with OpenAI, Chief Executive Satya Nadella undertook a sweeping overhaul of Microsoft's senior leadership team in 2025, aiming to keep the 50-year-old software giant at the forefront of the artificial intelligence race. The revamp included high-profile external hires, such as former Meta engineering executive Jay Parikh, as well as the promotion of multiple internal leaders. The moves reflect intensifying competition across the artificial intelligence landscape and Microsoft's determination to accelerate the development of its own models while strengthening its coding tools and enterprise applications. Starlink to lower satellite orbits in 2026 to enhance safety. SpaceX's Starlink network has formally announced plans to begin a global orbital adjustment in 2026, lowering all satellites currently operating at an altitude of 550 kilometers to about 480 kilometers. With more than 9,300 satellites already in orbit and the constellation expected to surpass 10,000 by March 2026, the sheer scale of the network poses significant challenges for orbital safety. By lowering the orbit by 70 kilometers, Starlink aims to reduce exposure to space debris while taking advantage of stronger atmospheric drag, allowing malfunctioning satellites to deorbit and burn up more quickly. United States stocks lag global markets in 2025. United States equities underperformed the rest of the world in 2025, prompting investors to question the long-standing dominance of American stocks in global portfolios. Concerns over elevated valuations, breakthroughs in Chinese artificial intelligence, and aggressive economic policies introduced by President Donald Trump contributed to a rare year of relative weakness on Wall Street. The Standard & Poor's 500 index rose less than the MSCI All-Country World Index excluding the United States, which gained 29%, marking the widest performance gap since the global financial crisis of 2009. All three major United States indices still posted gains for the year, with the Standard & Poor's 500 index up 16.4%, the Nasdaq Composite Index rising 20.36%, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average advancing 12.97%. Warren Buffett retires, handing Berkshire Hathaway to Greg Abel. At age 95, legendary investor Warren Buffett officially retired on December 31, 2025, stepping down as chief executive of Berkshire Hathaway and transferring control to his chosen successor, Greg Abel. Since taking the helm in 1965, Buffett transformed a struggling textile company into a sprawling conglomerate valued at more than $1 trillion. Abel now inherits not only the leadership of one of America's most admired corporations, but also a central question weighing on investors: how will he deploy Berkshire Hathaway's roughly $358 billion in cash? Unlike his predecessor, widely known as the Oracle of Omaha, Abel lacks a public track record in stock picking, leaving shareholders uncertain whether he can replicate the investment magic that defined Buffett's legacy. Chang XIN Memory Technologies seeks listing on Shanghai Star Market. Chang XIN Memory Technologies has formally submitted its prospectus to the Shanghai Stock Exchange, seeking to list on the Star Market. The company is China's largest and most comprehensive integrated developer, designer, and manufacturer of dynamic random access memory chips. According to the filing, the company generated revenue of 32.084 billion yuan from January through September 2025, with cumulative revenue reaching 73.636 billion yuan between 2022 and September 2025. By capacity and shipment volume, Chang XIN has become China's largest and the world's fourth largest producer of dynamic random access memory. Chinese film industry produces the world's top box office hit. For years, Hollywood executives viewed China as a lucrative but unpredictable prize, capable of dramatically boosting global box office totals while remaining difficult to navigate. In 2025, that uneasy relationship entered a new phase. The two highest-grossing films worldwide were sequels, and both owed much of their success to China. Ne Zha 2, the year's top film with global box office revenue of $2.2 billion, earned more than $1.8 billion from China alone. The results underscore the Chinese film industry's growing ability to independently produce global box office champions, while also highlighting China's power to determine the fate of major Hollywood releases. BYD overtakes Tesla as world's top electric vehicle seller. BYD claimed the top spot in global electric vehicle sales in 2025, surpassing United States rival Tesla. Tesla reported vehicle deliveries of 1.64 million units for the year, in line with company guidance but down 8.6% from 2024, marking its second consecutive annual decline. BYD, by contrast, posted nearly 28% growth in pure electric vehicle sales, reaching 2.26 million units. Tesla's fourth-quarter deliveries fell about 16% year-over-year to 418,227 vehicles, underscoring the competitive pressure reshaping the global electric vehicle market. Chinese automakers take global sales crown for the first time. Chinese automakers are set to become the world's largest sellers of new vehicles in 2025, overtaking Japanese manufacturers that have held the top position for more than 2 decades. China has already emerged as the world's largest auto exporter, cementing its status as a global automotive powerhouse. Total vehicle sales by Chinese brands are expected to rise 17% year-over-year to about 27 million units. Japanese automakers are projected to sell roughly 25 million vehicles, flat from the previous year, relinquishing their long-held lead. Chinese vehicle sales are expected to reach about 2.3 million units in Europe, 500,000 in Southeast Asia, 540,000 in Latin America, and 230,000 in Africa. Thank you for tuning in to today's financial news. We look forward to seeing you again.